everyone, welcome back to Black Moon Coven. So under the current circumstances, we are all stuck inside, and I thought it would be really fun to do a DIY witchy crafting video type of thing. We haven't done one of those in a very long time, so we're going to be making pentacle stars today. And this is a really great craft because lately, the only thing left to do, or you can do, is take walks. And so lately I've been taking a lot of walks and I've been collecting sticks and I've been thinking about what to do with these sticks. So I wanted to make a nice witchy little wall hanging, and this is a great craft that you could do with your kids or just to waste some time because there's too many hours in a day when you cannot do anything. So what you're going to need for this project is some sticks. And when you are foraging for these sticks, make sure that they are relatively straight, or as straight as you can get them. You need 5 sticks per star. I am making 3 different types of shapes, but you can make one, you can make a lot of them, you can make a whole garland. It's really up to you and your creativity. You can paint them if you want, sure, go ahead. So you need 5 equal size sticks per star. Now I cut my sticks, I break them apart, so you don't have to be really specific looking outside for the same size sticks. Just make sure that they are relatively straight and relatively the same thickness, but again, your creativity, it's really up to you. So twine and some scissors, and that's all you need. Now, if you are not the super crafty creative type and you feel like stars are not going to hold for whatever reason, you can use hot glue. I try not to. I try to keep it as natural as possible, but you can use hot glue totally, of course. So let's begin. So to begin, we're going to be selecting our 5 sticks. Make sure that they are all about equal length. And since I'm doing a small one, a medium one, and I want to make a big one out of these, but again, it's up to your own creativity and however you want to do them. So the first thing that we are going to do is select your 2 most straight sticks that you have, and these are going to be the top point of your star. And then kind of lay out how you want your star to look, which stick you want to go where, all that sort of thing. So that's a really good type of star. We're going to start with that. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with the top point of the star. You're going to cut some twine, and you're going to cross your sticks just slightly at the top to give you somewhere to tie your string on. You're going to wrap the twine around a couple of times and then underneath and get it right through that top point. So do that a couple of times to make sure that the sticks don't tie together, that there is some space in between the 2 sticks. So tie it around and around as many times as it feels sturdy enough to where you can tie your knot. Now again, if you don't feel like you are super creative or you don't feel like the sticks are going to hold for whatever reason, you can use a hot glue gun to this point and then wrap the twine around using the hot glue gun. It's a lot easier and it does make the stars a lot neater. However, I do like a more natural approach to this type of craft. So the top point of your star is done. Next, you're going to decide the points over here. And you're going to kind of work your way outside in. So when you are tying these points, make sure that this branch, this end branch, goes to about the middle of this one and the same part for the opposite end. So as you can see, it's going to end up looking something like this. So we really need to make sure that they are open enough, just like that. So you're going to do the same things as you did with your top point here. You're going to take your sticks and you're going to cross them at the very top. You're going to wrap your twine around couple times and then underneath a couple of times, and this will give you that opening space that you need. And you're going to wrap it around as many times as you want until you feel that the branch is sturdy enough so you can tie your knot. Now don't be worried if the stick starts to kind of go away a little bit. We are going to actually be securing the sticks to the star shape with some other knots. So don't be worried if it starts looking a little bit wonky or a little bit like this. We're actually going to be forcing the sticks into their shape. So you're going to do the same thing with the other side. You're going to take your branch and this time put it underneath just because it's going to be easier that way. So take the branch, pull it underneath, and cross them at the very tip again. And you're going to tie them around and underneath a couple of times. Make sure you get through to the top. And you could use any type of twine. If you have this type of twine, that works best for me just because I like the natural look of it. However, you can use ribbons, you can use shoelaces, you can use sewing machine thread, you can use fishing line if you really want it to look like it's holding together by itself. That's completely up to you. So this is what our star looks like right now. Not anything to brag about at this point, but now we are going to be tying the middle piece right here. So again, what you did with the top point, you're going to do with these two outer points. So you take your star and you cross it at the top. And if there's any notches in the wood, use that to your advantage and kind of place the wood within that notch. And do a couple of knots when you are securing it. Just make sure whatever twine or string you decide to work with, you're going to feel it out how many knots you really need to place in there. Clip off the excess. You're going to do the same thing with the other side. So cross them at the tip. And then grab your twine, wrap it around a couple of times, and then wrap it underneath towards the top a couple of times. And then you're going to secure it in place and clip out the excess. Now we have a wonky looking star. It's not connected to anything, so it's going to be just kind of a wonky shape. So what you're going to want to do is take some twine, and just like I have in this star, I secured it in place with 3 points. Now you can do it all 5 points. You can do whatever you would like to secure it, but I like to just do a really minimal type of 3-point securing. So here we go on the bottom. You're going to wrap the twine around just a couple of times. You don't need that much. And tie and secure. And you're going to do the same thing for the top points right here. And as you're doing this, form the shape of your star. So don't let the sticks kind of go wherever they want. Form the shape to whatever you want it to be. So I want them kind of more straight up. And kind of pinch it and hold it there until I can get it to secure in place. Now I really love this craft because the sticks are free and you could really utilize the sticks and whatever you have in nature. Plus it's a great craft to do with your kids, or if you're just bored at home one day and you want to make a little witchy decoration, because they're kind of expensive. So this is perfectly free and just a great nature craft to have in your home. So we're going to secure this last knot, and this is our star. So again, you can make one, you can make 1,000 of them. Here is our little star. So what I'm going to be doing is taking the top star, doing the middle and the bottom, and then I thought I would add a little pine cone to the end just because it's going to be a nice little witchy wall hanging. So to do that, we are going to tie each star to each other. So to make this into a witchy wall hanging, you're going to tie a piece of twine to the bottom of your star, And with this piece of twine, you're going to decide how far down you want the star to be. And I think that this is a really good, maybe right here. Right here is a really good point. So you're going to take that and tie it to the top of this star. Now you could do the stars upside down, you can do them sideways, you can do whatever you feel creatively drawn to. So just tie that, make sure it's in place, and then clip off the excess. And you're going to do the same thing with the bottom star, using around the same distance, or if you want them closer. Again, it's really all up to you. So you're going to tie it towards the bottom of the star, because you don't want the string to kind of go through the whole piece. It's going to be a little distracting. So, and then you're going to take this other star and join it together with the others. So do it a couple of times underneath. Make sure it's about the same distance and tie it together. Now, like I said, I'm going to add a pine cone towards the end. You can do a crystal, you can do an acorn, you can do another stick little figurine or a star or whatever you'd like to do. So I have this really pretty pine cone, and I'm going to tie it towards the bottom. So we are going to take this twine and tie it on the bottom of this star. And then tie it to the pine cone using around the same distance again. And the pine cone has many different layers, so I'm just going to go a couple layers deep just to kind of keep it in place, and tie it around the top. And again, the end is optional, and you can use whatever you like for the end. You could use a crystal, you could use a pine cone like me, you can use an acorn. It's really up to you. Now here we go. Now, in order to hang this little witchy wall hanging, you're going to need a loop on top. So you're going to grab some twine again, make a loop, go inside, and try to get it in between the forked sticks. And then create a knot. And that is basically it. So here is our witchy wall hanging. It's gonna look freaking so cool in my living room. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this video. Stay safe, stay busy in this troubling time, and check out all my social media below. Check out all my blogs, that'll keep you entertained. And yeah, until next time, have a lovely rest of your day.